We are back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Megan gets ultimately disrespected by Klay Thompson. Klay was having a good old time on a boat, bragging about his boat on live. Then he put on a hat, which a lot of fans have noticed, that says protect your energy. So a lot of people feel like he's subliminally trying to say that Megan Thee Stallion is toxic and that he needed to protect his energy. Is that what he's trying to say? I'm like, damn, he must not really give an F that he cheated on Megan, basically. Now, Partisan Fontaine seems to chime in, and he basically clapped back at the Megan Thee Stallion fans and also kind of clowned Megan for being a hoe, basically.
Last time niggas came in here talking all that shit on my shit, I fell back. I ain't gonna lie, I fell back. I stopped posting as much. I stopped because I didn't want niggas thinking I was doing this or saying that or trying to be this way. Like I did. Not happening again. For 3 years, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have kept me involuntarily on this email thread of this damn show, even though my character hasn't been on the show in 3 seasons. In 3 seasons, my character hasn't been on this show. You know what I'm saying? I've been replaced multiple times. But y'all wanted to keep me updated. You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing online without seeing a picture of the new character. And I think the new character then turned to the villain. Now y'all don't like that nigga either. But anyway, none of my business. Y'all kept me here. Y'all kept me involved in this shit.
Now, Party, why did you have to be messy and say that your character has been replaced 3 or 4 times? And holding up your fingers, counting how many people Megan has been with after you? You just messy. Goodness gracious. Can she catch a break? We know Megan likes to spread that punani around. Okay? The memes have shown it all over social media. But we can't act like men don't sleep around either. You know, Megan might be sleeping around, but men in the industry sleep around too. So I don't understand why people only calling Megan Thee Stallion a hoe. And in my opinion, I think Partisan Fontaine wants Megan Thee Stallion back. He would not be giving this any type of attention if he didn't want Megan's coochie on his lips. Okay? Let's be very clear. He's giving this attention because I'm sure he's happy that Klay Thompson played Megan and he thinks he can get back in Megan's good graces. That's what is given, in my opinion. Now, moving on from that, Gold Derby predicts that Cardi B's I Am Ugly album is locked in for Best Rap Album nomination at the 2027 Grammys. Some calling it the current frontrunner thanks to the Little Miss Drama Tour success. Also, she could possibly receive a nomination for Safe for Best Melodic Rap Performance featuring Kalani, and Pretty and Petty and Airtime could be nominated for Best Rap Performance. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's the thing. I feel like albums, yes, of course, tours matter. We're not going to pretend like tours don't matter. But I feel like if you're going to nominate an album, the album has to be a solid project for it to get a nomination. It can't just be, oh, it's the front runner because y'all pretended the tour sold out. Okay, when y'all was giving out free tickets. And now all of a sudden, tours matter. When Nicki Minaj did the Pink Friday 2 tour, her album never got nominated. Okay, and she has the highest grossing female rap tour of all time. And Republic Records did submit her album. And she didn't get no nominations. Okay, she outsold Cardi B's first week sales. She outsold Cardi B when it comes to the tour. She outsold Cardi B and everything else. She has more daily streams, monthly streams than Cardi B ever will. And she didn't get no nominations, okay? And Republic submitted her music. So now all of a sudden, tours matter when it comes to Grammys. All of a sudden, that matters now. It's funny. I personally think that this would be a setup to get Cardi B dragged, low-key, because I don't think her album was, and I didn't even like J. Cole's album, but I don't think her album was better than J. Cole's or Baby Keem's. Definitely not Baby Keem's. And I don't think her album is definitely not going to be better than Drake's. But Drake, he don't participate in the Grammys. If Drake participated, the Grammy automatically would be his. If he participated, right? So maybe this year, he finally will submit his music, but usually Drake doesn't. But the point of the matter is, I feel like it would be a setup because her album was not better than Baby Keem's or even Don Toliver's. I forgot about Don. Her album was not better than Don Toliver's. But, you know, he might be more in the melodic rap category. But at the end of the day, there were way better rap albums that came out this year, no shade, than Cardi B's I Am Delusional album. But if Nicki Minaj gives her any attention for the remainder of the year, they're going to give it to her. I notice Cardi B starts getting a major push once she gets into it with Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj pays her dust, she don't get nothing. She gets ignored, okay? They treat her like the side chick that she is. She was the side chick in her marriage for the last 8 years. But when Nicki Minaj gives her an ounce of attention like she did in September of 2025, that's when people all of a sudden want to be Team Cardi B out of spite. Like, she's never nobody's original number one. She's only somebody's number one once they can't get next to Nicki, or if, you know, Nicki does something that they don't like, okay? But she don't have the talent to compete with any female rappers. Nicki, J. Cole, Kendrick, she don't have the talent at all. Now, fans are also calling out Megan Thee Stallion for drinking at the club after, you know, her and Klay Thompson split up. And a lot of fans are calling it out because she canceled her Broadway show. So a fan said, couldn't perform on Broadway, but can be out in the club. Interesting choice. And a lot of fans were upset that she's canceling the remainder of her shows because people have already bought tickets. So let me know how y'all feel about it. Here's the thing. This is how Megan's grieving, okay? She's getting the Hennessy. She's taking the shots. I'm sure she'll find a new rebound in a few days or a few weeks. But I think this is not really out of the ordinary. You know, she's going to be back in the clubs, booty shaking, twerking, popping it with her poom-poom shorts on. Because at the end of the day, she's not getting married. She's not going down the aisle like she thought. And, you know, this might be her way of coping. Mind you, after she got shot, she was in the club twerking 3 days later, okay? Or, you know, on a boat. I think it was in the club or on a boat twerking, you know, taking Hennessy shots 3 days later. Like, that's how Megan grieves. But anyway, moving on from that, Doja Cat needs to come to the front of the congregation because allegedly Doja Cat and her team are giving out free tickets because her shows aren't selling out. What's going on? Okay. Now, this is interesting because I've never seen Doja Cat's label or Doja Cat's team give out tickets before. So it's very interesting that they're doing it for the V tour that, you know, she's currently on. And, you know, I know a lot of celebrities give out free tickets. It's not just like Cardi B and Doja Cat. But I feel like it's very interesting that she's doing this now that V flopped. Like, we haven't heard Doja Cat sell out any shows. We haven't heard that. Touring data has not reported that. They report everybody else selling out shows. They have not reported Doja Cat selling out any shows. Now, in hindsight, Doja Cat's last tour, Scarlet, did gross $46.1 million, and allegedly, based on predictions, she's supposed to gross more than that on the V tour, but we still haven't heard about her selling out or nothing like that. You know, they talked about Nicki Minaj, Cardi B selling out. Megan Thee Stallion, we still don't really know what the real numbers are. Allegedly, it was 41 million or 40 million that she grossed, but we still really haven't seen all of the numbers from her tour either. But I just think with Doja Cat, The reason why she probably not selling out is because, one, she put out a trash album and she can't sell like Cardi B. Like Cardi B can put out a trash album, but because Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are beefing, people that don't like Nicki Minaj are going to support Cardi B. Doja Cat doesn't really have that type of momentum behind her, okay, because she shies away from beef. Maybe she should hop into beef and sell some records, because her shying away from the beef, it ain't selling nothing, okay? But I am going to see Doja Cat. I'm going to go support Doja Cat. The reason being is because even though I think V was trash, well, I don't think V was trash. I'm not going to say it was trash, but I don't think it was that great of an album. It was okay. But she's a phenomenal performer. We'll never take that away from her. Now, moving on to Chris Brëëzy and Riri. Allegedly, Chris Brëëzy has reached out to Rihanna since she recently liked a post where it was a skit about Chris Brown and Usher Stadium Tour. Now, before Melissa Ford was receiving flack by Rihanna fans for listening to Chris Brown and going to his tour last year, but Riri is cool with it and allegedly planning on, seeing his tour in the next few months. Now, he reached out not because he wants her to come to the tour. Obviously, I think a lot of celebrities are probably going to be there, but because he is offering to write for Rihanna. He wrote Disturbia by Rihanna, and I think he probably would have wrote more songs for Rihanna, because Chris Brown do write, if they had not fallen out, if he had not cheated and beated on her and, done a lot of other stuff. I think they probably would have had a great working relationship. So let me know if you guys would be here for it. Now, I'm definitely here for Rihanna and Chris Brown getting into the studio, but the song gotta be fire. I don't want none of that Party Next Door and Rihanna mess. Okay? And what I mean by that is I think in 2018, 2019, she put out a song with Party Next Door. That shit was trash. Garbage. So I don't want to hear none of that. Or unfortunately, I would have to give them lashings. And that's just that. No shade. So if he come, you better come hard. Okay? You need to come how the dream comes from Beyonce. The dream never writes no flops for Beyonce. He always gives her his best work. Okay? Now, Chris Brown, I don't think he's as great of a writer as the dream. Like, I don't want to stretch that. But I do think he's a good writer. Now, moving on from that, according to reports, allegedly Chris Brown and Usher's planned R&B tour, which is supposed to kick off in June, could be at risk of cancellation due to reported disagreements between both artists' management teams over revenue splits and percentage shares. Now, hopefully this is not true, because this tour is about to be iconic for both Usher and Brëëzy. And usually you handle any type of revenue splits before you announce the tour, not during. Now, allegedly their split will be equal, but if Chris Brown wants to get paid more, I think he should, because he's proven that he can headline a stadium tour. Usher, you haven't proved that. But you did the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is really big, but can you do a stadium world tour by yourself or headline one? Now, Chris Brown didn't do it by himself, but he headlined one, okay? So, to me, I feel like Usher needs Chris Brown low-key, not just for relevancy, but also because I don't think Usher can do a stadium tour by himself like Beyonce. Him and Beyonce are peers, but Beyonce's light years ahead of them when it comes to sales, accolades, and tour sales. Point blank, period. So Chris Brown, in my opinion, being that he headlined a stadium world tour last year, and he had Janae and Summer Walker and Bryson Tiller, open up for him, I think he should get paid more than Usher. Okay? Now, in my opinion, Usher does have a better overall catalog than Chris Brown, in my opinion. When we're talking about albums, not singles, albums, catalog, he got a better catalog, but Chris Brown's more relevant. Okay? Usher can drop a song today, it may not even chart, if we're being honest. But I think he has an overall better catalog, and he has a diamond album. So allegedly their split will be, 50-50 equal. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's going to get paid more than the other. But if Chris Brown want to get paid more, I think he should. Only because right now he's more relevant than Usher. Now, oh my goodness. The baby dropped the Pop That Thing remix with Gorilla, Pissy Face Carisha, Young Toilet Seat, and YK Nice. Now, in my opinion, the remix is completely trash. I don't like the remix at all. But I'm like, damn, it is not a good week or month for Megan. Her music flopping. She gets dumped by Klay Thompson. And then on top of that, she had to cancel her Broadway shows. And Gorilla working with the baby after the baby exposed that he fucked her. Wow. It is real nasty out here. Like, goodness gracious. Megan can't catch a break. But on the flip side, the remix is trash. I like the original. I do not like the remix at all. I think Gorilla could possibly stay. He should have called Scratch Off. And honestly, he should have called Megan. Low key. He should have called Megan. Even though hindsight, she not really fuck with him like that. So I do have to give the baby 100,000 lashes for this trash remix. But anyway, I got some very hot tea on Zeus and Jocelyn Hernandez, Klay and Megan, and David the singer on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.